This is me. The date is 18th of May 2024. Just minding my own business and recording a bank video for the future as I plan to start a YouTube series in merching and flipping, as well as sharing the clip with my friends. Everything was good, life was good. I was having the most ever fun playing RuneScape in my life. Until later on that very same day when my account got locked and I no longer had access to my account. Most of you watching this video probably don't know who I am. I'm not a famous player, streamer, or YouTuber, as you can tell from my channel, or even someone with connections in the RuneScape community. I'm just an ordinary player who's facing an issue that I can't resolve on my own. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to directly contact Jagex, so this video is my last hope of reaching someone who can actually help me. If you're watching this, I would greatly appreciate it if you could share this video to help get Jagex attention. And if you just happen to have direct contact with a Jagex moderator, it would mean so much to me if you could just pass this video along to them. So to understand this situation, we have to go back a few days to the 13th of May 2024 when I tried my luck with Deathmatching for the first time. At this time, Deathmatching was still allowed, which as many of you know isn't the case anymore as of August. So all of the death matches, they took place before this rule change was introduced. Since it was my first time deathmatching, I recorded all of the big fights so that I would have proof in case something would happen. This is the first deathmatch I did, which was over 10 bill. And since my own account, Hugh Jass, didn't have max combat, my friend was kind enough to let me borrow his account, which is this one which you can see on the screen, so that I could be able to deathmatch. So this is my first big deathmatch against Charlie G for 10 bill. Winning the fight. When he tries to pay, I'm telling him to double up, so I don't even accept the win. And this is the second fight where I win as well. And here I'm getting paid 20 bill from Charlie G out of 34 bill. And the remaining account I'm getting paid by this account Gupto free. So as you can see, I receive all my 34 bill. And as I was saying before, this account, a Hugh Jass, is my own account. Meanwhile, Gigs is my friend's account, which he let me lend out so I could deathmatch on. And here you can see I'm trading 10 bill over to my friend's account so I can deathmatch. And here I'm trading 10 billion to Ace Pika QT to deathmatch against. And as you will also see from now on in all the clips that I'll show, the in-game client ticker is all continuous, so all the death matches took place in the same session. And here I'm trading over the 10 bill. And here I'm winning the fight against Ace. And this is when I get my win back traded from Ace. So here I'm doubling up the 18 build that I won against Ace before, now against him again. And here I'm winning the fight against Ace. Here I'm receiving 24 bill from Ace from the fight. And the remaining account is traded to me from his account called Stunt. So receiving 32 bill in total. So in this clip I'm doubling the 32 bill I won from Ace earlier. And this is me winning the fight against Ace. Here I'm getting paid the 33 bill of the pot out of 58 bill. Here I get paid 7 bill from his other account stunted again. And here I'm getting paid the 11 bill. And here I'm getting paid the last amount from Ace. In this deathmatch I'm going almost all in, 100 bill against Gupto free. And here is me winning the 100 bill deathmatch against Gupto. And here I'm getting paid 123 bill from Gupto of the win. Here I'm getting paid 6 bill from Greekson from the win. And then for the last part of the win, I get paid the remaining amount from Zakmai Zucchini for 58 bill. And here I'm trading over a portion of the win to my other account, a Hugh Jass. So this is the last deathmatch that took place, where I'm going in 230 bill for a potential 400 billion deathmatch win. And here I am trading over 200 billion to my friend's account that I deathmatch on. And here I'm trading over the 230 bill to Gupto free. And here is the win against Gupto for the 400 billion deathmatch pot. Here I'm getting traded back 100 bill of the pot from Gupto. And here I'm getting traded 130 bill from Gupto from 400 bill in total. And then for the remaining 170 bill that is left, they told me I had to wait 1 to 2 hours so they could collect the money for me. But due to time zone differences, it was very late in my own time zone. So I told them I was going to sleep and they could pay me the next day. I had everything recorded anyway, so if in case they didn't, I would have had proof. The day after, once the adrenaline rush from deathmatching had subsided, I was overwhelmed. I never imagined having this amount of wealth in the game before. At first, I didn't know what to do with it, but eventually I decided to fulfill one of my childhood RuneScape dreams. And as childish as it sounds, it was creating an epic item collection and merch rare items. This recording is on May 14, the day after the last deathmatch fight for 400 billion happened, and it can be seen that I started to collect multiple 10 million stacks of items, as well as investing in 30 longswords and having 38 of them at the time of the recording. And I also had multiple offers, which you can see here, for 30 longswords between 1.4 and 1.5 billion. And later that day, I was paid the remaining 170 bill from the 400 bill deathmatch win, which can be seen in my next bank video. In this bank video from May 15, I have been paid the remaining 170 bill from the 400 bill deathmatch, so I had received everything at this point. And also in this video you can see that I had increased my stacks of 10 million collections, as well of 30 longswords, which I had 121 at the time. And now we are back to the start of the YouTube video, to May 18th, the last day I had access to my account. And in the bank video of this day, you can see that my collection had increased even more, now having 133 30 longswords and multiple 10 million collections of items. Later on the same day, while I was still logged into my account, flipping footage items in War 2, I was booted off my account and unable to sign in again, while receiving a message saying that my account had been locked. I was in a state of panic, distress, and confusion. I didn't know what had happened or what to do, as this had never happened to me before. I eventually found out that I needed to submit appeals to Jagex to unlock my account. I really struggled with the appeals as they were being denied one after another, and I was at the same time also under a lot of stress because I am studying medicine in university and we had exams coming up, so I didn't have much time to create new appeals for my account. And also my friend's account, which I used a deathmatch on, which you saw in the video clips I showed before, was unaffected at the time, as you can see on 19th of March, while my other account, a Hugh Jass, was locked. And I was still using this account that my friend gave me to bypass the grand exchange limit for certain items, as in this example you can see I was using it to buy fetish longswords. I was sending appeals to Jagex until early June when I had to leave for vacation and work until the end of August. So during this period from June to August, I wasn't able to send any more appeals to Jagex because I didn't have access to my computer that I was usually playing from, or did I have the necessary information to be able to send any more appeals. At the end of August, when I returned, I sent more appeals to Jagex with more extensive account information until my appeal was finally approved on August 28th. I was very happy and excited that my account had been unlocked, so I tried to sign in again, but this time I was unable to do so again. So when I'm trying to sign into my account now, I'm getting the message that your account has been involved in serious rule breaking, and this is a message that you practically never want to see appear on your account. Checking my account status on the RuneScape homepage, it says that my account has been permanently banned for real world trading major as of 21st of May 2024. And also keep in mind that I didn't even have access to my account on this date. My account got locked on 18th of May. I have great respect for Jagex and their dedicated employees, and despite all of this lengthy trouble with locking and appealing my account, I hold no ill feeling towards them. However, I honestly do not understand why I was banned for real world trading. Between the period of acquiring my wealth from deathmatching and up to when my account was locked, my collection of items and bank value only increased. So you can see that this is the day after deathmatching, before I got my final 170 bill payment. And this is the day after, when I did receive my final payment. So you can see that my bank value as well as collection increased the day after. And this is on the last day, on May 18th, when my account was locked. And you can compare it to my bank 3 days ago from that date, that the amount of 10 million item collections only increased, as well as the numbers of 30 longswords. And you can even see that the bank value increased because I had offers in Grand Exchange on my account and my friend's account, so it was close to 500 billion on May 18th. Also, just to point out that it wouldn't make sense to invest money into illiquid items, for example these 10 million stacks of items that you cannot dump on the GE, as well as the faded longsword, that all the items, they are not liquid. So if I were to reward trade, then why would I spend all my money buying items like this? I'm also not claiming to be a completely innocent saint and never have broken any game rules. One thing I haven't mentioned until now is that my main account, a Hugh Jass, is not originally mine. I didn't create this account. The account was created by my childhood friend, which I later asked if we could share it since I didn't have time to level up my own account due to studies, so he allowed me to play on his account. And my friend eventually became inactive, and for the last 3 years I've mostly played on the account just by myself. While I fully understand how account sharing can provide an unfair advantage in certain situations, such as leagues or other competitions, I never engage in account sharing with the intention of participating in such events to gain an unfair advantage. My sole reason for sharing the account was to access more content and so that I could enjoy the game. Additionally, without naming anyone, I see that many YouTubers and streamers do the same thing, which basically makes the practice seems more acceptable. And this was also the case with deathmatching before the rules recently got changed. In conclusion, I am not aware of any rules that I broke that would justify a ban of this caliber. While I trust and believe in the expertise of the Jagex team, it is very easy to happen that some activities might have been misjudged. Usually when I play the game, I play without VPN, but when I was deathmatching, I was using VPN to prevent any IP address leaks that could be used against me, such as DDoS attacks. Something else that could have been misjudged is that my account gained a lot of wealth in a very short period of time. So another thing that could have been misjudged is that my account interacted with many other accounts in a very short period of time, such as trading my own alt accounts or trading other deathmatchers or trading other merchants and bulk suppliers. In these videos, you can see the Grand Exchange trade history on my alt accounts, and essentially everything that was traded over to my alt accounts to bypass Grand Exchange limits, such as buying footage items, they were traded back to my main account, a Hugh Jass. So essentially nothing ever left, nothing out of value left the accounts, and everything that was traded to my alt accounts to buy items from the Grand Exchange was traded back to my main account. So another type of activity that took place on my account that could have set off false alarms is that I traded and interacted with a lot of item collectors to buy item collection from them. And very often, because these item collections takes a long time to get, which is why they're called item collections, you have to buy them at premium prices, which is usually is 1 to 3 times their GE price. So this could have set off false alarms because the prices weren't consistent with the GE prices. Considering all of the activities, it is fully understandable how they might seem very irregular from a Jagex moderator's point of view, especially compared to the usual activity on the account. This could provide sufficient reason to lock the account for suspicious activity, and while I have full sympathy for the decision to lock the account, I do not understand what would justify a permanent ban, especially for something I wasn't even involved in. Additionally, if these events had occurred after the rules change regarding deathmatching, then it would have been a totally different case. I am hopeful and grateful that by sharing my side of the story and explaining what happened with my account, that Jagex will review my case. And to everyone who has watched this far, thank you so much for watching me, and I would greatly appreciate it if you could share this video to help to get the word out. And hopefully my next video will bring some good news.